enemies, my friends. I can remember a time living on this earth. I thought I had to do it all on my own, all by myself, without any help, without any comfort, without any guidance. But praise God for spirit within all of us who knew from the beginning of time, even before I was born, who I would be and what I would be doing at this present moment. And so I'm thankful today. And at that, let us stand and release this morning. I release, I let go, I let spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. Let's sing that. I release and I let go. I let spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. One more time. I release and I let go. I let spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. Yes, I am free in the spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I said I'm free. Yes, I'm free in the spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. One more time. I said that I'm free in the spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. Amen. Thank you. Only here for God. Amen.
Oh, I
Thank
love
you.
the
Yes,
energy.
Pop.
Thank you. Thank you. What a wonderful way to just step in and open up and be here in this new year. Happy New Year, everyone. All right. All right. That was beautiful. Take a breath with me. Take a breath with me, because we begin everything with prayer. We are a prayer ministry, and we know and affirm how powerful prayer is. Prayer is an awareness of exactly what that song was saying. Awareness of the Spirit of God right here, right now, present within me. I release anything that is blocking that truth from being known to me. I let go and let Spirit rise in me, lift me, fill me, transform me. And let's breathe into this truth and just know that this very light of Spirit, this light of energy, of joy is that inner quality, and it can lift us even in those moments when we don't feel happy. Happy is an emotion. So let us connect with this joy, with this enthusiasm and zeal, with this light and love. For this is who we are. This is our divine essence. And just feel right now. Feel into this moment. Feel the light. Feel its energy. That bright white light. Feel it coming in right from the top of your head, just filling every part of you. Feel your heart opening. Feel that energy and power of love. That unifying, harmonizing, energizing, lifting, uniting, that oneness. Feel these elements that we are, filling every part of us now, and moving out into this room, into this sacred space, And this is in consciousness, so we are one with each and every person present here physically and present through the waves of the internet. We are here collectively as a spiritual community, loving, supporting, holding. And feel this energy move out into our community, into our country, holding each and every person, especially those that are in pain and suffering. All beings, all beings. Feel this light of wisdom and the love energy moving out into the world, especially holding all world leaders in wisdom and love, and sending this energy of light and love to our planet Earth. And so it is, amen. And we, as I said before, are a prayer ministry, and we do have some prayer requests that were given to me today, and so I want to share them with you. Our board president is in the hospital, and he's been in the hospital for several weeks already, and right now he's facing a very serious health challenge. So I want us all to hold him in prayer, knowing and affirming that everything is in divine order, that Andy is whole, every part of his being, every cell, every part of his human and divine nature. And right immediately following this service, we're going to do a little prayer circle for him. And as I said before, we do have a prayer box. It's right now at the back of the room, because we're preparing for a different ceremony today. But if you have prayer requests, if you have anything that's moving within you that is, I like to use the word dis-ease, not at ease, could be anything. We have prayer chaplains right here present that are available to pray with you. I'm going to ask those prayer chaplains to raise your hand right now so that we can see who you are. I know we have Peggy and Nisha, Mary. These are powerful prayers, by the way. So just go up to any one of them if you want to just be held in prayer. And for those of you that want or have a prayer request, you can send it to us. Melanie usually is our prayer writer, and she does an absolutely fabulous job of writing prayers. And we have a prayer ministry that will then hold those prayers for you. They go on to Silent Unity for another 30 days, 24/7. So let's just affirm and pray right now over our prayer requests, knowing that these needs are there to transform us, to change us, to turn us to God, to help us know and realize that God is present in every moment, in every situation. And that as I open to this truth, I feel peace and calm. I am transformed. And so it is, amen. Welcome, everybody. So good to see you here on our January 1st. Doesn't always work that way on a Sunday, right? It's kind of fun. We had Christmas right on December 25th, and now here we are, starting with New Year's Day. I hope you all had a great time celebrating at the end of the year. And we have a tradition here in Unity Church of Raleigh that we have a theme. Last year, we know it was in the flow of divine abundance. And we ended up having a pretty powerful experience with that theme. It began in January, and we looked at all the different aspects of our journey that we might have wanted to include some extra abundance in. And we ended the last quarter with a shift in consciousness, as we just stepped into the prosperity consciousness that our church has everything it needs, from finance to volunteers to participants, everything that we need to sustain, grow, and become what we want to be. So we had a wonderful experience, I think, with that theme. And now we get to engage with a new theme. So can I have a slide? There we go. Here's our new theme for this year. Living from my divine essence. Living from my divine essence. One of the things that came up during the last part of the last year, actually in October, we had these series of small dinner gatherings as we grouped together to say, what does this church actually mean to me? What is my purpose? What is my individual purpose, and what is my collective purpose here as a part of a spiritual community? And I think we had a lot of fun coming together, connecting, discussing financial prosperity, financial challenges. But it wasn't just focused on that. It really brainstormed into, how do we want to show up? And one of the things that came to my mind during this process was, because sometimes it says, well, you know, we used to, and it was, and all of this kind of stuff. And we have been on some journey together, not just us as a church, this country, us in a big collective way, between the pandemic and, everything being shut down and coming back, and it's changed everything. It's just changed everything. It's changed how people do church. It's changed how people do work. And it's impacted things in very positive ways, in some ways that are a little less positive, a little more challenging, that maybe we can focus on during the year. But during this process of thinking about that, what came to me was like, we do have a natural rhythm in life of endings, and then we can be in this place when something ends, right? And this is a natural part of life, endings. Relationships end, people pass on, and we have to deal with the grief, the loss. Our youth starts to end, and we come into a second part of life where I have to tell you, I've been adjusting to that myself recently, adjusting to this and just getting comfortable that, I have discovered I don't even have the same interests that I used to have when I was younger. The things that I had to do don't really interest me too much anymore. So there's always these things that are ending and changing. And perhaps the way we look at our relationships in here, who's coming here, who's decided to join us just virtually, and there are some people who share with me that, they don't come physically, but I watch you all the time, which is wonderful. So we have this group that are part of our congregation. But to me, an ending has to then have a transition period before we step into a new way of being, before we step into a new place, right? We have to go through this little period where we have to stretch, perhaps, where we have to grow, where we have to really focus on connecting spiritually. And that's our theme today. That's our theme this year, living from my divine essence. It's really I hope you'll join me on this, because I'm looking at it as a year-long journey into discovering what is my divine essence. I think we all know it up here. Unity tells us, and I love it. Most of us can say it. We are spiritual beings having a human experience, right? Isn't that what we all can say? Who are we? I am a spiritual being having a human experience. And how do I actually live from that divine essence? Do I have to completely get rid of the human part of me? How does this work? And that's what we're going to explore together. We're going to explore how to really be comfortable, to be present in the human part of our journey, because we were created in this body, in this human experience, right? So it's not about resisting it, it's not about suppressing it, it's about embracing it. Getting comfortable with what am I here to do? How am I here to show up? And how does that come and tie in with the spiritual being that I am, this divine place within me? The process we're going to do this morning, by the way, which is the ritual of the burning bowl and the white stone, releasing and affirming, sets us up so beautifully for this, because to me, that is how this story goes. And what we're also going to do together is, I got so comfortable, I'll own up to it, I got so comfortable with our 12-power journey, where the first of the month we did powers, and we had Stacy and Sherry helping out with yoga positions and doing sound bowls and things for meditation, that I said, let's keep that format, and the first Sunday of each month, except for today, so we're going to start next Sunday, the first Sunday of each month we're going to explore meditation, because that has to tie into this divine essence. We have to understand how we connect. And meditation, prayer, what does this all mean? What is meditation? What is it not? How do we do it? And our Sunday service on those days, we will be engaging in, I'll talk shorter, I promise. I promise, because what I want us to do is have the experience. So we're going to go and we're going to just experience lots of different ways to meditate. So it'll be fun. I hope it will be interesting. I hope it will just open us up to all sorts of different possibilities and ways to release, because that's what it is. We don't have to create or just do anything with this inner essence. It's already present and it's already there, but we have to release this imprisoned splendor. And contemplation, self-awareness, mindfulness, meditation, these are our tools. And so with that, I'm going to bring up our platform person, Mary.
Thank you, Ellen. Good morning. And Happy New Year to all of you. And as we open up our consciousness, we are going to having a lot to look forward to this year in 2023. And I'd just like to acknowledge any visitors that we have for the first time today. Want to raise your hands? Oh, great. Thank you for coming. We will have an information packet from our ushers to give you, and welcome. We're going to now set our intention today. Let us together. There is only one presence and one power in the universe and in my life and affairs, God the good. Thank you. And we'll now bring up our spiritual voice, Miss Emily Dirth.
Morning, everyone.
Morning.
Happy New Year. So first off, I wanted to thank Reverend Ellen for discussing our upcoming theme from this year, because I'm sitting up there and I'm thinking, wow, that is really what I needed to hear today. Because I think, for me personally, I've been in that transitional period these last couple of years. I graduated high school in 2019, so I had one normal semester of college before everything kind of went crazy. And I felt like I've been treading water, spiritually and emotionally, and just in my everyday life. And I think 2023 is going to be the year to change that. And I think we've come a long way in these last couple of years as a congregation and as people. And I just wanted to share as well these past couple of years for New Year's. Me and my family, we used to do the whole stay up until midnight and welcome in the new year and watch the ball drop and listen to music and all that fun stuff. And it would hit midnight and we'd go, woo, Happy New Year. I'm going to bed. And recently we've started doing New Year's Day brunch and sitting down as a family and welcoming in the new year with a nice meal and being together. And I think that's worked really well for us. Just no staying up late, no stressing about getting enough sleep, and just watching the clock. I think welcoming it as it comes and just being. And so this is my year to be, and I hope it is yours too.
Thanks for sharing that, Emily. It's beautiful. And now we're going to have some music from our band. We have Greg and Susan, Ellen, and Peggy. Come on up, guys.
Good morning, everybody. Happy New Year. All right. Going to start the new year off without me up here. We're going to have Peggy King here. She got a lovely voice, and she's going to share that with you this morning.
Huh? The music. And Peggy, thank you. I know that Peggy's shy, and I have to tell you, none of that came through in that song, my dear. We heard you loud and clear, and it was absolutely beautiful. Okay. Thank you for sharing your gift with us today. And now, I have to tell you, Peggy was, were you here on that December 18th service when we had the concert? Okay. We had a concert here on December 18th, a candlelight, well, I call it a concert, but it was our candlelighting ceremony that began with a concert. And the reason I'm thinking about that is I'm just thinking about how much musical talent we have in this little church. We could blow the roof off if we want. We have so many wonderful. Thank you all that are from our music group that share your gifts so generously with us every Sunday. Every Sunday. And now we have a really beautiful ritual, that ceremony, whatever you want to call it, that we're gonna engage in together. We have our burning bowl and white stone ceremony, and I happen to love this process. And one of the things to me is it's a ritual, right? A lot of us that have been in unity for some time know that this burning bowl and then followed by the white stone ceremony comes each new year. And one of the things that rituals do is they bring us together, right, for an experience. So many times we're up here in our head, we're reading, we're learning, we're processing, all those kind of things. And one of the things that in this journey that I hope we're going to be sharing together, and Emily, where is she up there? Emily, thank you so much for sharing so vulnerably, so honestly, who you are. And you are such a beautiful young woman. And I am so glad you're here with us to be on this journey. And to me, that's what a ritual does. It brings us together. It brings us together because it's something that we're doing collectively. And we're doing it in a process that has us engaging, not through our minds, but through our hearts, engaging on what's alive in us. That's what the burning bowl is asking us to do. It's asking us to listen to what is alive within us that we want to release, what no longer serves us. And we're going to do this process together. So I want to, before I get into talking about each one of these rituals, I just want to share what we're going to do so that there's no surprises. So with our burning bowl, I'm going to talk a little and tell you a little bit about letting go. And then we're going to have Sherry Gaines lead us in a beautiful guided meditation. You all got this little package, and if not, raise your hand, we'll get it to you. And in this little package is a piece of flash paper. So as Sherry leads us in the guided meditation, when she's done, she will direct you to write on this paper what you want to release. And then she's going to invite you to come up here to actually burn it. And so we've got the candle, and you drop it instantly into this little safe bowl. We'll come right down the middle aisle. And following this ritual, we're going to go right into our white stone ceremony. And the white stone ceremony is, so that's a release, right? So that's sort of your denial. If we think of unity terms of prayer, denial, affirmation, that's the denying. We're denying these powers of fear or anger or judgment or anxiety, whatever they are, we're releasing them. And so once we've let something go, we want to open to the new, right? That's kind of what we just were talking about earlier. And so the white stone ceremony does that for us. When you come up and you finish burning your release, you'll take one of these white stones from Jerusalem. These are actually imported from Jerusalem, and your marker. And you'll go back to your seat, and then I'm going to tell you a little bit about the process of the white stone ceremony. And then Reverend Annie Nelson will come up here and lead you in another guided meditation to find that new name, find that word that is going to be lead you to your highest and best good. And then we have the final step in the journey, which is that you're going to write down 3 things here on your piece of paper, self-addressed envelope. And we can put the envelopes right in the collection basket, I think. And what are these things that your desires, dreams, and goals for 2023? So I'll guide you My release is anxious to go. It's ready. And so am I. So I just wanted to kind of set a stage so we're not confused when we go through this process. And so now I'm going to talk a little bit about the releasing process. And I'm going to start with a slide to get my brain going again. Okay. Charles Fillmore, our co-founder, talks about all of these spiritual things. Releasing has always been a part of every spiritual journey. We can't get to that divine essence unless we start to clear the way. And so in this quote, what he tells us is, it is just as necessary to learn to let go of thoughts, conditions, and substances in consciousness, body, and affairs when they have served their purpose and one no longer needs them. As it is that one should lay hold, it's as important to do that as it is to lay hold of new ideas and new substances. So it kind of tips us into both places, doesn't it? It's telling us that it's necessary. It's absolutely necessary to let go. Now, sometimes that idea of letting go, you think it sounds somewhat easy, right? I'm ready to let go. I'm ready to let go of all my fears. Okay. I may be ready, but I need to do the next step, don't I? Ready is the first step. I'm ready. Because what happens when I am ready? When I am ready, I start to become open. There's an open and a willingness. An open and a willingness to see what is actually moving within me. Before, if I say I'm not ready, then of course nothing's going to change. I'm going to stay rooted. And sometimes what happens is we may think we are ready, but what we're really talking about in this process of letting go is it takes effort. It takes paying attention to what we're doing. It takes looking at what I'm reacting to. So when I find myself being judgmental, and I'm just going to share with you something that this is the human condition, you know, we may think we're not too judgmental, but how many of us here don't automatically start to kind of judge things as you see someone or you hear something, you know, all of this, the TV, the news, I mean, it's just part of our makeup. And that's fine, because remember what we were talking about in the beginning is that we are human. So these are things, but it's an awareness, my friends. It's an awareness. It's paying attention. What do I do with this newfound awareness when I start to say to myself, wow, I feel hurt. Why would they say that? How could they do this? They don't even understand me. Now I'm in my thoughts. I've had my emotion. I'm in my thoughts. I'm creating the story that fuels the emotion. That fuels the emotion. Again, all of this is natural. It's what we bring our attention and our awareness to. That's how we release and let go. That is the start of the process. Ernest Holmes wrote a poem. And this, I didn't put the whole poem, it's a little bit long, but it talks about the process of letting go. Without a thought or a word, she let go. She let go of fear. She let go of judgments. She let go of the confluence of opinions swarming around her head. She let go of the committee of indecision within her. She let go of all the right reasons. Wholly and completely, without hesitation or worry, she just let go. He goes on to talk about she didn't have to talk to everybody about it. She didn't have to get second opinions. She didn't have to write in her journal. She didn't have to do a lot of things because she became open and willing. And she was allowing herself to just be aware of these things. You can't let go of what you don't see, right? Isn't that the first step? How am I going to let go of judgment if I'm not even aware that I'm judging? I have to first become awake and aware. And that's the process. Once I become awake and aware, then I can just say, I let go. I let go. And it is a process. It is a process. We are exploring that very process of letting go in our Tuesday morning group, which is called Heart-Centered Living. And we're working from a book called Letting Go, The Path to Surrender. So with offering some tools, some mechanisms that we can embrace. Easily, gracefully, I release the past so that I am free in this moment for all that is possible now. I love that part, gracefully, easily. And I want to say that sometimes it doesn't appear that way, you know? I know that there's been several people in our congregation that have had some serious health challenges, my husband included, and we've got somebody right now that I had mentioned earlier that's facing a health challenge. And some of the things I'm thinking of were very life-threatening, major situations. So how easy is it to just say, I easily release this? Or I let go of fear. We can't do it unless we do the second part. So the first part is the willing and the open. To me, the second part is to know that God is present. God is present right here, right now, in every single thing that I do. And that is faith. That is faith. I have faith in the process. I have faith in the process. This is a spiritual process that goes back to ancient times. Just think about all of the early rituals. Weren't they always around fire and releasing and watching the flames? Because fire is a cleansing. It purifies things. And what does fire do? It takes things down to their bare essence. It removes, it releases. That is the second part of this step, is the willingness, the openness, the knowing, and the faith that God is present. And that with God, and I like to add, with our spiritual community, because we are not designed to be separate. We are one with God, but we are one with each and every other person here. And that to me is what this journey is, to wake up to this truth of our oneness. And Jesus modeled this path for letting go, to emptying ourselves, He told us that when you know the truth will set you free. And the truth was what I just shared. The truth is that God is present, that the Father and I are one. That love is the answer. Love is actually who we are. That is our essence. And so one of the things that Jesus did in modeling this letting go is he wasn't attached to outcomes. He wasn't attached to recognition, right? Some of the other human qualities, and especially here in our Western society that have been sort of cultivated, is competition, right? You go to school and who's the number one in the class, and are you in class 1, 2, or 3, or special needs? All these things, they really kind of put us into these little boxes. And you're successful if what? Well, I'll say what a lot of people think of success. They think you've got a certain amount of money and luxury and things like this. That wasn't what Jesus was modeling at all. That's not the spiritual way. There's nothing wrong with feeling successful, because remember I said joy is an inherent quality within us. And I think to offer a gift and feel like you're feeling great that I have this ability to sing and share it with the world. And we know that singers, athletes, composers, people that have nurtured their gift, it's part of the process. It is part of the process. This is the human part of the journey that we're on. Embrace it. This is what I'm being called to do. This is who I am. I'm called to give my gift. But it's not about, I'm going to call to give my gift and I better be the star of the show. It's about knowing that as I'm giving my gift, and I invite everybody to be a part of this process, that we all get raised higher. The whole experience is a bigger one, a more enveloping one. Again, it's that oneness quality that we tap into, and we're not even recognizing that we tap into it. Jesus didn't do his journey alone. He had 12 disciples. He had followers, and he wasn't interested in the typical recognitions of success and hierarchy and all of that. What he was interested in was living from my divine essence, breaking away, pulling away all of the trappings to get us into this place where we can live from that essence. And now Sherry's going to lead us in a guided meditation.
Thank you, Ellen. I almost feel like I don't have to say anything now. But no, I will give my gift and do my part joyfully this morning. And as Ellen mentioned, we are going to focus next year a lot on meditation because we're going to demystify it, and we're going to hopefully make it a very accessible part of all of our lives every day. So, with the dawn of a new year before us, and in the spirit of the wise tradition of wringing out the old to make room for the new, let us now journey to our sacred inner temple, the dwelling place of the Christ within us. So I invite you now to just softly close your eyes. Allow your entire body to relax and soften. Feel very present in your body where you are in this moment in time. Feel the gentle, steady rhythm of your breathing. The breath of life, life itself, flowing in, flowing out. flowing in and flowing out. And moving a little deeper within into the center of your heart. Allow yourself to feel the safety, the security of the presence, the power, and the love of your Holy Father, Mother, God. Our Holy Father, Mother, God. Completely trusting this presence, this essence to guide you into all truth. To bring into your awareness what is ready to be released, let go and set free. To allow clearing and cleansing, that which no longer can support your highest good, your divine expression, that which can no longer support the you that you are becoming. Perhaps you're ready to let go of fear, doubt, or lack. A judgment, a criticism, or resentment that you may hold toward yourself or someone else. Perhaps it's an outworn habit or pattern of living that just doesn't work anymore. In fact, it's an obstacle. Perhaps it's the material clutter in our lives that's ready to be passed along, freeing up space without and within. Consciously choosing to let go of that which blocks the flow of our divine love, peace, and joy is one of the greatest gifts we can give ourselves and our world. And let us trust in the promise of God's help to let go. We are not here to do this alone. As Master Jesus declared, "Come to me, all who labor and are overburdened, and I will give you rest. My yoke is easy and my burden is light." And here you will find rest for your souls. And the more we practice, the more letting go becomes a way of life. As we experience the freedom, the lightness of being, the inner and outer peace that releasing and letting go can bring to us. I invite you now to open your entire being to that which is aching to be released. With courage, love, and compassion, Let this rise into the clear light of awareness in the silence. In the silence. And now, begin to bring your awareness back into this room and this time and place. Let your eyes open slowly. And when you're ready, write this on your piece of flash paper. And when you're ready, starting at the back, walking up through the center aisle, bring that piece of paper, touch it to the flame. See it being released and drop it into the bowl. And before you return to your seat, remember to pick up your Jerusalem white stone and one of the markers for our next phase of bringing in that which we're ready to receive.
The dragon doesn't that surround you and dance to the music in your soul. Look into the eyes that really see you. Place all that you have into that bowl. Oh, lay down your burden. Oh, lay it all down. Pass the glass between you. Drink it up. Place the light before you. Come through the door. The dragon doesn't live here anymore. Oh, lay down your burden. Oh, lay it all down. Pass the glass.
That was beautiful, wasn't it? Do you feel lighter already? I do. I feel lighter already. So now that I've released and I feel light and I feel ready, I have my heart, my mind, and my hands, my mind, my body, and my spirit open to receive now. And that is what our white stone ceremony is. The white stone, which we've picked up here in this bowl, the white stone ceremony is to celebrate and claim your highest, most extraordinary nature. So these stones were used in Jerusalem, and the Romans gave them to the people that had their name on them. And if you went to jail, they took away your white stone. It was kind of like you were no longer a citizen. And when you were released, you were given a new white stone. And you could put a new name on this. It's a new beginning. And that kind of is a little bit of the history of the white stone. And also, it comes from Revelations. So in this Revelation 2, verse 17, what it starts with, this clip doesn't have it, but it starts with listening, doesn't it? It starts with being invited to listen with your ear. Now, not just our outer ear, our inner ear. Listen in the silence. And then I will give him a white stone, and in the stone a new name written, which no man knoweth, saving he that receives it. So that's the symbolism, and with rituals we work with things that represent. So our flash paper, what we wrote down, represented what we want to release, and we saw it go up in flame. And so with our white stone, knowing that this is a new beginning, this is an opportunity to get in touch with what inside of us now wants to emerge, right? We've opened up this space, and now we want to have something inside of us that is speaking to us. And we're going to find what that word is in the meditation that Reverend Annie is going to lead us in. But basically, what we're looking at is an inner quality, right? That, to me, is what the name is. It could be an outer name. One of the things that we know is that transformation, we were talking about getting the new white stone, but when we think about transformation, it isn't simply that we just start to do things differently. We become different in transformation. And I love the symbol of the butterfly. And here, a butterfly begins as what? A caterpillar, right? That's the name. It's a caterpillar. And then it goes through this internal metamorphosis in its cocoon, in its crystallisis, is it chrysalis? In its chrysalis. It's all chemicals inside that change the very nature of the being. And it emerges as a butterfly. It has a new name now, right? We don't say it's a flying caterpillar. And it doesn't even look like the caterpillar, right? So not only has it changed inside, it doesn't even look the same, but it is. It was a process, and that's like us. And I'm going to just say to you, I bet if you do the same transformation process that we're talking about here, which means going within, connecting to that divine essence that we are, living from that divine place, really being this expression of God as unconditional love, being present in knowing and being oneness, we won't look the same. If you look at a person who is hurt, bitter, angry, resentful, all of those kind of things, there's an energy, and it's expressed physically too. And when you see that person transformed into a loving, kind person, you feel it. You see it. They do not look the same anymore. Like the butterfly, we change. So it isn't simply just saying, "Oh, I'm going to work on this and be a little better." You know, I'm going to try. I'm going to try to be nice and kind. It's all good. Believe me, we would like people to try to be nice and kind rather than hold on to anger and bitterness and violence and resentment and all of that. But we're talking about something bigger. Jesus was talking about something bigger. This quote tells us something bigger. It's saying, I will give to him a white stone. I will give to him a new nature, a new name, a new identity, a new being, a new way of showing up in the world. And in this stone, the new name is written. And no one has to know, that what speaks to each one of us is going to be different because we are all different. That's the beauty of this. I used to work with teenagers that lived in these group homes. They were in the foster care system 5 years, and we did weekly workshops, and then we had dinner and hung out and everything else. And I used to I forgot where I was going with that. Oh, okay. A new nature. And I don't remember where I was going with that. I can't come back. Oh, I wandered off track. All right. Anyway, it was a wonderful experience for me. It was a wonderful experience for me. And I'm just going to leave it that way. Finding a new name, I can't remember what it is. I do know my lesson. I'm going to end it with at least a note for why I brought it in. I can't remember where. But my lesson from that was, it wasn't anything I had to teach them, because I began thinking that I had wonderful messages. I mean, Unity's message is self-empowerment, isn't it? Tap into everything we have within us, and your life can be transformed. Transformation, that was where I was going. But instead, what I realized, it was love. Just to be present every week and look them in the eyes and say, I see you, I hear you, I love you. Just the way you are. Love can transform us, because that is our very nature. On to the next. I want to go also into what Emily Cady said. She is one of our early writers. She was a contemporary with Charles and Myrtle Fillmore. And what she talks about in this white stone process for us to look at through those lenses is to go into the secret place of the Most High. This is how we connect with our inner essence. This is how we connect with our new being, who we want to emerge to. We can't do it in the clutter of our thoughts and in the clutter of the activities of the outer world. We have to learn how to become still. You know, we don't have to sit in meditation for a whole day. Sometimes those silent retreats are wonderful opportunities to kind of just take yourself out and immerse completely into this inner world, into this inner life. But what we do need to do is we need to find a way to still those thoughts that are in our minds. Because in between the thoughts, in that silence, that is where the divine essence is able to show up and emerge and start to create this transformation that we're talking about. Emily says, the important thing for her was the secret name, which is revealed to those who dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High. And that was Jesus' message too, right? Go into your secret chamber and close the door. Close out the noise. Close out the thoughts. Close out all of your fears and concerns. Close the door. And then, in this quietness, you connect in secret with God. This is the way we do this. And this is what we're going to do with our meditation. So a name change in the Bible means there's a change in your awareness. You are promised a new nature when you claim your divinity. You are promised freedom and independence from what you have been. We started that this morning, and Nisha led us so beautifully, didn't she, in that song? You know, I release and I let go. I let go. You know, there are no chains that bind me. And in the Bible, we know this name changing because we saw it with Abram became Abraham, Saul became Paul, Simon became Peter. This is the caterpillar became the butterfly. What is your name? What do you see? What is your highest calling right now? We don't have to, unless you want to, unless there's a new name that's calling to you. So not to be confused that it has to be a name like Ellen becomes something else. But what is the name of that quality, that highest quality within me that I want to bring to life this year, that is calling to be expressed within me? Love, peace, success, health, happiness, just examples. And now Reverend Annie is going to help us in a meditation uncover that.
Thank you, Reverend Ellen, and hello, Happy New Year. Yeah. And before we go into meditation, I'm going to ask you to indulge me for a little bit. I'm going to ask you to join me in, first of all, affirming the high watch for each of us, for ourselves, and for everyone in this room and everything that we encounter this year. Let's do the high watch, where we actually, like Reverend Ellen said, are willing to love each other and express more self-love. And before we go into the meditation, I like to set the tone with this prayer by Unity's co-founder, Myrtle Fillmore. It's her prayer of faith. And I wanted to read this because every time I read it, it gives me a cheerful heart, very similar to what Nisha did with us this morning with that song of letting go. I said, oh my God, here comes my cheerful heart again. So when I read this, that's what it creates for me. So I wanted to share this with you before we do the meditation. And the prayer says, God is my help in every need. God walks beside me, guides my wings in every moment of the day. All things I am, can do, and be through Christ, the truth that is in me. I am now wise, I am now true, patient and kind, and loving too. The prayer was more extensive, but I just took these excerpts, and I hope that they created a cheerful heart for you as we go into this meditation, right? And of course, this is all about getting rid of the old and unwanted emotions and creating the new. So that's what we're going to do here today. So set your intentions before we get quiet and close our eyes. Set your intention on exactly what it is you need to release. I know you just burned it in the bowl. Maybe you want to concentrate on that. Or maybe it's just one thing that you want to focus on at this moment. But go ahead and set that intention. Make sure it's clear in your head. And be open to the process of release, which means that you're going to allow that whatever arises in you, whatever emotion, whatever feeling that arises in you during this meditation, whatever comes up, be willing to release. Now let's take a deep breath and let's begin. I invite you to close your eyes and bring your awareness to your breath. Do this several times. Inhaling deeply and exhale. Noticing how your chest rises and falls. Breathe. Recognize any emotions that you're feeling as you inhale and exhale. You don't have to do anything with this emotion. Don't think about it. Don't judge it. Don't resist it. Just breathe. And notice if there is a particular spot in your body where you feel this emotion. Maybe your stomach is in knots, or your shoulders are tense, or your chest feels tight. Don't push it away. Allow it to pass through you, this feeling, this unwanted emotion. Embody it, and then let it go. You notice this unwanted feeling without judgment or attachment, without resistance. You just allow this feeling to float away when it's ready. As you continue breathing through your nose and exhaling out of your mouth, you're letting whatever feelings you are experiencing to flow from your body into the breath that you're breathing out. I inhale love. I exhale worry. Now imagine these feelings are being released into a vessel that would carry them away from you. Just imagine they're like maybe a tight ball that's unraveling as it moves through your body. And as this ball of emotions unravel, they begin to dissipate. They just float away. For you're breathing in peace with each breath, and you're breathing out unwanted emotions, feelings, thoughts that you no longer want in your life. Those things that you wish to let go of. You let go. With every inhale, you feel calmer. And with every exhale, you feel the emotion less and less. It may help to imagine you feeling as a cloud as you continue to breathe in and out. The cloud begins to float away, to disappear, floating away from you with all your unwanted emotions, thoughts, fears. You now can think clearly, for your emotions are not controlling you anymore. Your mind is not racing from one fearful thought to another. Your breath that you breathe in, freeing you of all unwanted emotions, releasing you. You are free. You are calm. You just be. Now, when you're ready, slowly bring your attention back to this room. And relax in the knowingness that where you are, God is. And so it is. Wonderful. Thank you. Now, Reverend Ellen talked about the word, so hopefully you've written down whatever the word is that you want to release this year. And I just want to share real quickly, my word this year will be trust. So thank you for supporting me and allowing me to join you in this ceremony today.
So this word that you're going to write on is your affirmation that you're going to take with you, and you get to, we don't do anything more with this. You just write on here the word that came up for you that wants to be expressed, that wants to be lived into. And now we have the one last piece of this process. You all got this letter when you came in, which said, my heart's desire, dreams, goals for 2023. Just write down 1, 2, or 3 things that you want to see yourself receiving. We did the releasing part. This is now opening to our good. This is opening and allowing our good. What is my desire? What is a dream I have? What is it I'm just wanting to experience? Write something down on your paper, and then on a self-addressed, we're going to do the, you're going to write your own address on here and check whether you want this to come back to you in June or December. We're going to see how living from our divine abundance is manifesting our dreams, our goals, our desires. And now I want to invite the usher to come up. We're at this part of our service where we get to practice our principle of giving and receiving. We are here to give our love, give our support, and to give financial contributions to our church so that we can stay in this beautiful building where we enjoy this kind of meeting and our classes, and also our wellness center happens in here. And for those of you that are new, Mary's going to share a little bit about that with the announcements. So take your contributions for today out into your hand, and those of you that are joining us virtually, you too can participate. You can press the donate button, or you can text to give, there's your phone number, or simply mail a check right to us. And as we hold our donations in our hand, let us say together our affirmation. Divine love flowing through me blesses and multiplies all that I am and have, and all that I give and receive.
champagne, all the fireworks are through. Here we are, me and you, feeling lost and feeling blue. It's the time in the party, and the morning seems so gray, so unlike yesterday. Now it's time for us to say Happy New Year, Happy New Year. May we all have a vision now and then of a world where every neighbor is a friend. Happy New Year, Happy New Year. May we all have our hopes, have our dreams, our will to try. And if we don't, we might as well lay down and die. You and I. Sometimes I see how the brave new world arrives, and I see how it thrives in the ashes of our lives. Oh yes, man is a fool, and he thinks that he's okay, dragging on feet of clay, never knowing he's a slave, keeps on going anyway. Happy New Year, Happy New Year. May we all have a vision now and then of a world where every neighbor is a friend. Happy New Year, Happy New Year. May we all have our hopes, our will to try. If we don't, we might as well lay down and die. You and I. Seems to me now that the dreams we had before all are dead, nothing more than confetti on the floor. It's the end of a decade and another 10 years' time. Who can say what we'll find? What lies waiting down the line at the end of 2022? Happy New Year, Happy New Year. May we all have a vision now and then of a world where every neighbor is a friend. Happy New Year, Happy New Year. May we all have our hopes, our will to try. If we don't, we might as well lay down and die. You and I.
Thank you, Susan. That was beautiful. And now let's do our affirmation together and repeat it right along with me, okay? We at Unity Church of Raleigh come together, releasing our fears, concerns, and attachments. We are open to transformation and living from our divine essence. And so it is. Amen.
Thanks for coming out today, everyone, both here and online. I think this was a lovely time to release what we no longer want in our lives and to set our intentions for the new year. Wasn't it wonderful? Yes. I think so. And it's our birthday Sunday. Do we have any birthdays today or this month? January. All right, Susan.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear babies. Happy birthday to you.
Yay. Wonderful birthday month to you. Here's what's coming up this week at UCR. We have a few announcements. Please stay for coffee today. We have some cocoa, and hopefully you'll stay and get to know each other better. And we'll be taking down the Christmas tree, so if you'd like to join us, please feel free. Our Tuesday Heart-Centered Living Group with Reverend Ellen happens from noon to 1 this week. It's in person and via Zoom. As you know, some of you may know, this was formerly the Transitions Support Group. It's free and all are welcome. On Wednesday, our Wednesday yoga class is actually taking a little break. We'll be returning on January 18th. And you can check the church's website for more details. It's unitychurchofraleigh.com. Our Unity Holistic Wellness Center is back this month with some new workshops and classes. We have 2 Tai Chi classes with Carolyn and Deanne starting mid-January, and we'll have our usual Monday evening class, and we're adding a new Thursday morning class. So they are very popular classes, so be sure to register and sign up soon. Next Saturday, January 7th, Carolyn and Dee will be holding an introduction to Tai Chi workshop here. It's from 10 a.m. to noon, and it is in person only. Also, you can feel free to pick up a card. It's on the back table. It tells a little bit more about what holistic wellness is, our wellness center, and what's coming up this year. Is Saturday workshops, we've got weekly classes, and we will continue with our Sunday Vibe Up classes with Stacy Page for yoga, meditation, and sound bath. Lastly, please stack the chairs in 3s today, and we'll roll them over to the storage. Go out and have a blessed and joyful week, and hopefully our lights will shine a little brighter this week. Thank you.
Thank you, Mary. Okay, well, it's time to say our prayer for protection. The light of God surrounds me. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is.
Wherever we are,
And all
and all is well.
And now let's sing our peace song.
Yes, there is peace on earth, and yes, it begins with me. Yes, there is peace on earth, a peace that was meant to be. With God as creator, united are we. Yes, we love
out from here today, let us remember that we can always make a choice to let go, to listen to what's coming up within us, to surrender, to open to the presence of God within, and to affirm our new name. And so it is, amen. And we are going to just do a prayer just for Andy. It won't take long. I invite everybody. There's power in numbers. If you join me, we'll just do our prayer now. Well, you know what? Let's stand over here and do a prayer circle. I actually hope that Andy and Pat are able to watch this to see how powerful us coming together like this is. We know that right here, right now, God is here. God is everywhere. God is present. God is, and we are all an expression of this divine mind. And in this truth, we hold Andy right here and right now. We see him as this perfect and beloved child of God that he is, perfect and whole, knowing that within him he has everything he needs. He has strength, love, faith, willingness, release, zeal and enthusiasm, life. And all of this is moving within him, lifting him, holding him, allowing him to navigate and go through this challenging time as this perfect expression of God that he is. And we see him whole and we see him well, and we collectively hold him in love right here and right now. And in this circle that is so powerful, let us now put names of all of those that are in our lives that we love, that we would like to hold in this light of God's love and power and wholeness. And you say it out loud right into the circle. Bob, Becky. And so it is, amen. Thank you, everyone.
Needs our prayers.
Yes.
Talked to Pat yesterday. She's
Yeah.
pretty worn out.
Yeah. Pat, I spoke with Pat last